Good day, teachers. As a admittedly non-math person, I had to learn a lot of things about how to use Google Sheets through trial and error and fairly lengthy, painful process. I'm going to show you a few of the things that I learned so that you do not have to suffer. The first thing that I want to show you about Google Sheets is that you can create a new sheet within your workbook here by going down and clicking Add Sheet, and that will give you just a clean surface to work on. It always names them numerically like this, and of course, obviously, you can change the name of those tabs to anything that you want. The next thing that I want to show you is if you have a bunch of data in a spreadsheet and you're afraid you're going to ruin it, the easiest thing that you can do is go right here, click that, and use Duplicate. And what that does is move this here so it's still here, perfectly fine, not going to wreck this. And I can do whatever I want here and not worry about ruining the data that is on the first sheet. Right, the next thing that you'll discover is that you can change the size of things to your liking. So you can always drag columns over to make them bigger, and you can drag rows to make them larger as well. You can also select, so I'm going to hold down the Shift key here and select rows. And then if I drag one row larger, whoops, it will make all the rows larger. The next thing that you will want to discover is that you can freeze rows, and freezing rows keeps them from interfering with what you're doing with the data that is inside. So oftentimes it'll be the top row or the top couple of rows will be frozen. So you can do that by go under View, Freeze, and then select the number of rows you want to be frozen. And look here, you can also freeze columns. So let's do one row and one column. So now I can type anything I want here, and if I make formulas or do things, do mathy sort of things over here, that is not going to, those frozen rows won't be included in whatever is happening here. That I learned the hard way is about typing in a cell. So I'm just going to paste a sentence in here to work with. All right, and you can see that it just sort of goes where it wants to. It's in this cell, which is C5, which is how cells are named, but it's spread out in an unpleasant way. So I can fix this really easily by going up here, and here are your three choices for text wrapping. Choose Wrap. Another thing I learned the hard way about typing in a cell is that you can't use Enter as a hard return. So, for example, so I want a hard return here. Enter key is not going to work for me. It just pops down to that next cell. However, if I hold down Control and hit Enter, I can now type on the next line in that cell. And that you're going to find very helpful. And the last thing that I want to show you is about merging cells. So to merge some cells, put them together so you have some more space to write or put an image in. You hold down, I'm going to hold down the Shift key, which will be contiguous. Select the cells that I want to merge and go up here to this guy right there where it says Merge Cells. I'm just going to click Merge Cells. And now, as you can see, that is one big cell that I can type into. Teachers, I hope you have a great experience with Google Sheets. And if you need anything at all, see your ITRT.